if you are thinking about how to catch errors on your production environment and how to get detailed logging of your front end and back end application, then this video is for you. So let's dive right into it. So, to get detailed logging of your application, the best software in the market is Sentry. So, you just have to go to Google and type Sentry and click on the website, and you just have to click started and create your account. So for instance, I will create a test account. Okay, Josefa organization can be the a web, and my email can be josefa 8580 at gmail.com. You can add plus test here. Password can be whatever. Okay, create account already logged into Sentry, so I have to use another email. No worries. Josefa.asif.8580, and I will click on create account. Okay, so I was getting some errors with the previous email, so I added another test email and just to create account. So what you have to do is you have to just create an account, and you just have to write your name, organization, email, and password. So this is what I will do. I will write my name, and in the organization I will write Josefa YouTube, and in the email I can add just like a dummy email, and then I will add a password. So wait a minute for that. So now my account is created, and it is telling me that what you have to do is like you can install Sentry and you can invite your team and everything. So you can do that, but I will just skip onboarding. And once you are in Sentry, what you have to do is you have to click on projects and then start creating projects, right? For instance, I have to create a project in Node.js. Okay, so I will click on Node, search for Node, click on Node.js, alert me whenever there is an error. Okay, and you have to name your project like test node. I have named it test node project, and then click on project. I will choose Express as my framework. Now it is telling me that you can use yarn or npm to install Sentry, and it has also provided me with the code as well and how to initiate Sentry. So I can just like copy paste this in the project, and it will start working, and you can see all the requests, all the errors, and everything. So this is basically the whole process of setting up Sentry. So it is very easy. You just have to add this into your Express project. So, and then if, for instance, you want to configure a React project, you can also search that React, and it will tell you like this is the command to install the React npm module, and then this is the code. So I will not actually like set this up. I will open a project in which we have already set this up. Okay. And because in that particular project and in that particular Sentry account, we also have a lot of errors and logs. You guys can actually see why I am suggesting you to use Sentry and how much powerful this tool is. So let's log out and log in using that particular account. So now I just signed in using my Gmail, and the main primary account is logged in. In this account, we have like multiple projects. So just to showcase you, So this is like the node project. You can set it up very easily, as Sentry also tells you like how you can set it up, the commands, the snippet that you need to add in the code. So now I will open up the code in which I have added this, and I will show you how powerful it is and all the logs that Sentry is getting, okay, for the Node.js project. So in this, you can see I have installed Sentry. So if I go to package.json, you can see I have installed Sentry. Okay. And then in the app.js, I have included Sentry. And then what I have done is I have done the initialization part. Okay. And then I have like set up these variables that I need tracing of all the HTTP calls. And then I'm also telling about the framework as well, and I'm specifying to trace all the requests to default router. And alternatively, you can also specify like specific routes you need to trace, or you can just pass in the variable of app to trace everything. Okay. And then I'm also passing in the request handler middleware, so that it can track all of that, and then also have this for tracing handler. So this is pretty much the whole code of Sentry. Like this is pretty much it. I will also paste it in the description of the video below as well. So let's head over back to Sentry. Like this is basically the whole code, right? This and this line. So it is not much, like it is very straightforward. So let's head back to the browser and see like how it is helping you. So you can see first when you click on the project, like what's the failure rate, everything, right? And then the good part is like you go to issues and then select your project. Okay. Like for instance, in my case, it is this node, right? So it is telling me all these errors, right? Like this is the error you're getting. If I click on that particular error, it will give a detailed insight, like, right, like this is an API call from an Android device, and this was the particular URL. This is the line where the error is thrown, and cannot set header after they are already sent to the client. This was the error, and it is not handled, so that's why Sentry catch it. Okay. And you can see like the whole detail, the platform, everything in here, right? So you can also see the user detail, which user is making that particular API call. So it is very good in that sense. And if you want to see like this is like one thing, you can click on resolve. If you have like fixed this issue, you can also assign issues in Sentry. Like you have a whole team of like 5, 10 or more developers, like you have like Sentry keeps on finding all the issues in your production environment, and then you can assign the issues to different developers, and then when they resolve it, then they can mark this issue as resolved. And other than that, if they just want to see like all the API calls and how everything is going on in the project, so they can go to discover, and in the discover they can see like all the things, like even for instance, like good API calls which have like 200 status as well. You can click on columns, and you can like click on status. You can see like status code. You can add that. You can then see like the what's the status code of this. Let me add another value. Okay, it is telling me status code is 200, transaction status is okay. These are the particular API calls, and like it is telling me about all of it, like all the APIs, everything, how it is going. And if I want to particularly see like error code, I can just click on it, and it will show me 500. Like SAF was calling this particular route, API v1 gold support, some bank consent, and then SAF get a particular internal error. So I can click on this. I can check like how the request was actually being made. Like first, this function is called this, and then at that particular point, the this particular API call, we get the error, right? So you can like check like what is the request that SAF has particularly sent. This is the request, this was like the query parameters. And you can also see in detail like uh, MongoDB was connected, everything. Then this API call was made internally inside that particular route, okay? And then this API call was made, it was also good. But then in this API call, the last API call, there was some issue, right? So you can dig down, like it will tell you, you don't have to debug it manually. Like in this particular API, you are facing an error, so you are checking all the whole logic. It will tell you like this is the point where there is an issue, so you can go to that particular route and that particular line and you can fix that. So it is very powerful in that sense, also telling you about all the things like user device, everything, where the request comes from, and all that. So this is mainly it. And then you can also like create dashboards, create widgets. And in the dashboards you can see like number of issues, number of errors, affected users, and how many errors are already handled and how many are under process. So it is good in that sense. You can like select project and get details regarding that particular project. So for instance, I select this node project. So you can like select like last 90 days, you can see more insights, okay? So these are the high uh, throughput transactions, errors by browser, like which browser is getting more error. So it is very powerful. And so you can see all of that. So now we will discuss the front end project, right? So in this particular project, for instance, org panel, if I click on it, and if you can see like it is telling me about the whole project, all the details. I can click on issues, and for instance, I select that. The front end project, it is telling me about all the issues in that particular front end project. And now the good thing is in the front end project, you can also see a whole video of the user session, that user come to the platform, did the login, go to this particular page, then went to this form, fill the form, then there was an error. So this is the main thing that like I like about this platform a lot. So first it is telling you about the device, everything. Then it is telling you like there is like this uh, tag which is missing. And like you can also see the whole replay of that user session. So it is not like the actual user session in that sense, like there are a lot of things like user password things which are not displayed because of all the security concerns, but you can see whole movement, everything, right? So if I click on it, so you can see the whole user session plus the console log of that particular user, like on the console log what is actually happening, right? So if you can play that video, you can see like this is like the user session. And user click on this, user went to another like screen. So you can actually like check a lot of it, and what is the console log looking like. And let me check some other example as well. And but this thing is very good, you can directly click on replays as well to see all the replays, right? So for instance, I click on this is a particular replay of a user session. It is telling me that 16 pages are visited by that particular user. And then if I click on OK, it is telling me that this dashboard is load, and then this is the mouse movement of that particular user. User select a particular organization, user is selecting different options. So you can see like it is little bit blurred out so that there is no security concerns. But you can see like the whole thing, like how it is working. So this is like if I open this particular project in the next tab, so you can see like this is the project. And in the sentry, like you see like it is bit uh, blurred out. So we cannot like, we're not like actually spying at that particular user. So you can also see the log of that user on the right side, and all the main things like where he navigated, you can go to that particular part as well. What's that part, you can go to that particular part. Okay, so this is a very good thing. And with all your issues, you can also see that replay. You see like some reference error, okay? So you see like this is the error, uh, and then you can see like all the API calls uh, that are being done, what is in the console, and you can replay the session. So you see the error, like error is in that particular point, and you can also see the on the right side like the whole console log, and you're seeing the user session. Okay, like if there is some like particular edge case, like to reproduce this error, you need to do this like 6 7 8 steps, or you need to have a new user, fresh user, or an existing user. So you can like check that particular video and get to know about it, like how to reproduce it and what's the particular error in the code. You can just like directly go there and like fix it. So yeah, this is very powerful in that sense. So to showcase you the front end code, I will also open that. So in the front end code, we have basically index.tsx. In this file, we have set up the sentry. We have the sentry.init, and at the top, we have imported sentry, and then we have called this sentry init method to initialize sentry. And we I have also added that I need browser tracing, and I also need all the replays. So this is the configuration. This is the trace sample rate, like the sample rate at which we are like getting all the data. One means 100, like 100%, and 0.1 mean like 10%. So replay session sample rate is 0.1. So this is basically it. If you add this line, I will paste that in the description as well. Sentry also provide you all the details, and you are good to go now. Like you don't have to do much. You just have to install Sentry, like paste like 5 6 lines of codes, and you are good to go. And you can similarly have dashboards for your front end project. You can have like replays, and about you can have like performance thing as well. You can select days, you can check the performance like of your API calls and particular routes, like some of them taking a lot of time, why they're taking a lot of time, what are the API calls which are like failing every time. So you can also check that why it is happening. You can check the performance as well of like your app. You can check like the normal discovery mode, you can check all the general transactions, and then in the issues you can check all the issues, right? So this is like pretty much it to like set it up like and trace everything. And one more thing, like you can also set up like mobile app core as well. Like for instance, like in this I have also set up a mobile app, okay? So you can see like this is the mobile app that is set up, but I think like we don't have much events for that. But yeah, like it is also like very same, like it's not much difficult. Like for mobile app as well, like you can also like set it up and like get all the issues. So yeah, that is it. Like there are a lot of other tools as well you can use to get the logs and all of that, but it requires a lot of effort. So but with Sentry, like there is very less effort required. Sentry does that everything for you. Like if you are using Winston or like all these libraries like Morgan and all that, you have to catch the logs, you have to add that into S3 buckets or like some other media storage, and it is like very hectic, and you have to manage that, how to like create few logs in one file, then add few more logs in another file, create folders and everything. And then like you can, and it is not even that much powerful as well. So and this, you don't have to worry about anything like how Sentry is saving all the logs. You just have to set it up and then get going. And then one more thing, that it is basically like a paid project. So it is you can see they have like different billing options. So you can set up what instance suits you better. So you can basically choose that particular subscription for yourself, so whatever suits you. So if you go to subscription, and you can see like currently we are using the $89 billing plan, but there are like other billing plans as well. If I quickly open that Sentry pricing, there is like a cheap one available as well. Let me open that, and if I click on pricing, you see like you have the developer one, like with basic limited options, support for all languages, release tracking, GitHub issues. And then you have the team one, which is like unlimited member, third party integration, metrics and alerts. Business one is like more advanced, like an advanced analytics, cross project visibility and all that. So you can decide like what is good for you. So yeah, if this video is helpful and you want more videos like that, then hit me up in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking, and what are the possible topics that you need videos on. So have a nice day. Bye bye.